So here we are on Erlenberg. I am in an RT platoon with Beyond D because we were trying to get RT missions done, and the enemy team have an ELC platoon. And unfortunately, I've already relocated twice in this game, but we're being charged down by ELCs. So Beyond is around the corner on the hill. I've got to go and join him. There's just a bulldog between myself and two ELCs. They're hunting down the rest of our team. The few tanks that did go over to the 1-2 lines have all died, so I'm relocating, and as I say, two ELCs about to hunt us down, so I cross the ridge trying to get safe. Bulldog is moving back. Beyond D realizes too late that maybe he should have relocated, but he's desperately trying to relocate, so I'm set up here on the bushes. Gotta try and shotgun one of these ELCs that I know is coming. There's his platoon mate, so we've got two ELCs. Two LC. Oh, I miss. So, just the Bulldog now. And ELC is coming. Bulldog does an amazing ram defense. The other ELC is coming. So, does he remembers I'm here. Doesn't he? No, he doesn't. Yo, ram kill RT. Woohoo! Oh, and that wasn't the first ram kill I got that evening, but that was the most fun. ELC platoon dispatched from two rams in a row from an amazing bulldog who defended my ass, and then a ELC who forgot I was around the corner. Very next game, I'm in the Lorraine 15550. This time Beyond is playing the T-37, trying to get me spots, trying to help me out, again, as I say, with the RT missions. And we kill a low health IS, but there's a very low health Cromwell B that was last spotted. You can see that someone is clicking on the map at A7. So I know that there's a Cromwell around this corner. He's only on 40 health, and we're setting up to shotgun, and then I figured, you know what? I got an awesome ram kill in the game prior to this one, so we're gonna do it again. So we're just gonna charge across. Hello. He's not even looking at me. I missed my shot in the move, but second ram kill, 2 games in a row in RT. Oh dear. Yep, sometimes you have games like this, and sometimes you can't hit the side of a barn door when you're playing RT. Hi guys, and welcome to the Ace Tanker for the AC4 Experimental. Experimental because only one was ever built. This is another prototype tank. It's another Tier 6 premium medium tank for the British. In other words, it's not a Cromwell B. And why do the British need 2 Tier 6 premium mediums? I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea. So this tank could easily have been introduced into the tech tree for the British as well, because the Cromwell B already exists as a Tier 6 premium medium. But Wargaming decided to make money and release it as a premium instead. Now, this tank, because it's the first time it's featuring on the channel, I might as well talk about the history. It doesn't have a lot of history because, as I say, it was a prototype. That's why it's called the AC4 Experimental. So it's the Australian cruiser. That's where the AC comes from. It was the 4th version of the Australian cruiser. And this tank was designed to carry a 17-pounder because at the time the tank came into development or began to be developed, the British tanks just basically lacked firepower against German tanks in Europe. So it came into being around the same time as the Challenger was being developed, which was a medium tank, not a tank destroyer. I covered that in a recent video. It's the Sherman Firefly was having problems mounting a 17-pounder, so the plans went ahead to develop one of the Australian cruisers to enable it to carry a 17-pounder. So what they did was they took the Sentinel, that's why it looks so familiar, they took the AC-1 design and they basically enlarged it. So the hull, even though it looks like a Sentinel, is actually bigger than the Sentinel's hull. The turret, even though it looks like a Sentinel's turret, is actually bigger than the Sentinel's turret. And it made it big enough to carry a 17-pounder. So the tank was developed. One prototype was built in 1943, but around the time 400 of these were about to be built, 400 of them were ordered, the Sherman Firefly got its act into gear. And the Sherman Firefly was far cheaper to manufacture, far cheaper to produce and get it it onto the battlefield. So as a result, the project for the AC4 was scrapped, with only one ever being built. So that's pretty much it for the AC4 Experimental. This is the first Ace tanker in the tank. Relatively new tank. It came out a couple of months ago, although I haven't played too many games in it. And, you know, I'm not impressed. I am not impressed. So what's good about the tank? It's got 10 degrees of gun depression, which is awesome. It's got a 17 pounder at tier 6, which is awesome. But it suffers from some major problems. It's basically got the same lack of speed, even though the top speed is quite good. It lacks the speed and maneuverability of what you would expect from a medium tank. It's got very, very subpar armor. The armor really doesn't work even if you're top tier. It's got terrible view range. It's got about the worst view range of any tier 6 medium tank in the game, so the view range is terrible. So even if you are playing it as a sniper and the 17 pounder is good enough to snipe with, unfortunately you're not going to be spotting your own targets very often. I've decided to come down here because trying to go up the hill in this tank, even though it's a medium tank, is not a good idea. T-34 is feeling a little bit frisky, wants to maybe engage me, but in the meantime I've got Cromwells. Oh, there goes the T-34. So there is RT in this game, and I've just taken a hit from the Cromwell at distance, and that's one of the other problems with this tank. The tank does have a few problems. I will be reviewing it, but the armor is subpar, even though it's got a great gun. The view range is terrible. And the turret is mounted in the center, so you ended up having to expose a lot of your tank in order to get shots on target. And there you go. Because the turret is center mounted, you've got to expose a huge amount of the front of your tank, or a huge amount of the rear of your tank, if you're trying to work your way around corners. Now I've advanced to take out the T-25 because we've just been flanked. We basically didn't send anyone down the 1-2 lines. Most of our team basically went middle or hill, and we're just going to work here defending cap. So miss my track shot in the SU-100, and on that shot I should have gone for a track shot, but I decided not to. But you can see the rate of fire is quite good. It gets around 12 rounds a minute, which is awesome. And unfortunately sometimes the gun lets you down, so we hit the rocks instead of the VK. But we poke forward, get a shot into the VK. He's just fired. My reload is better than his. We go for a track shot, fail to track him. But as I say, the front of the tank is so far advanced over the rest of the tank. Unfortunately, it's very hard to play peekaboo. You just don't have the speed or acceleration to pop out, take a shot, reverse back into cover. Enemy tanks find it very easy to shoot the front of this tank. And as you see, I got tracked. My ammo rack was taken out because the ammo rack's at the front of the tank as well. But, oh yeah, it's also got amazing camo rating. It's actually got the best camo rating of any of the tier 6 mediums in the game. So, you know, it is a sniper. It's got camo rating. It's got gun depression. It's got a great gun. It's got .39 accuracy, so the accuracy could be better. But it's a 17 pounder on a tier 6, which is awesome. But just the speed, maneuverability, not so good. So we take out the SU-100. One shot for the gorilla. And we're up to kill number 5. And you can see me using the gun depression here. Gotta try and use the wreck of the SU-100 and start putting shots into this Panther. So we've tracked him, falling back, trying to use the gun depression, trying to make myself look small. Side of the turret, and I have no idea where that shot went, but we're going to put a shot through his track wheel again. Keep this guy tracked so we get the assistance damage. And, you know, you see the rate of fire. It's a 17 pounder, so it's got good penetration. Failed to keep him tracked. He's a one-hit kill. And we bounce on his turret, so he gets one shot in. We fall back, and he's able to shoot me again, but we're going to finish him off for kill number 6. There's Top Gun. So, yeah, AC4. Not a very impressive tank, but it can do a job. So, yep, the armor isn't very good. The speed and mobility aren't very good. The view range isn't very good. The signal range isn't very good. The camo rating is awesome. The 17 pounder on a tier 6 is great. It's just a very, very average tank. And as I said, my biggest problem with the AC4 Experimental is why isn't it in-game? I mean, why did it have to be another premium tank? We've already got the Cromwell B, and that is awesome. And gun. If I had a choice between playing the Cromwell B or the AC4 Experimental, I just don't see a point in playing this tank. You know, it can't spot for itself, and just the speed and maneuverability are going to get you into a lot of problems in a lot of games because you can't get into position quickly enough or out of position quickly enough or relocate as you would expect a medium tank to do. It takes a long time to reach top speed, and most of the time you're not going to reach top speed unless you're going downhill. So it's not a horrible tank because it's got a 17-pounder, but I'm just not very impressed with it. But that was the first ace on the tank. We picked up high caliber, picked up Top Gun, finished top on XP with 1235, 2023 damage done, 6 kills, not too bad. Fired 20 and hit 18, pen 17. It's the 17-pounder. It's an awesome gun, and it's on a tier 6, so that's one of the reasons you gotta like the tank, but most of the other factors sort of cancel the gun out. Spotted 2, damaged 8, destroyed 6, did 1,000 assistance damage, 66 base defense points, and earned 53.3k credits. So it's a premium tank. You will earn money in this tank, and look at this, 20 shots fired, and my ammo costs only came to 3,500. So the ammo is cheap, the repair costs are cheap. So you will earn credits in this tank, but it's just far more situational than a tank like the Cromwell B is. So yeah, that's my biggest issue with the tank. As I say, I don't understand why the tank exists as a tier 6 premium medium when the Cromwell B already does, but it's not horrible, but I'd rather be driving the Cromwell B any day over this tank. So anyway, first ace in the tank. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time.